Have you ever listened to a song and felt like there was something more to it? You know, like a secret story hiding just beneath the surface? Well, today we're going to do something really cool. We're going to take a few simple lyrics and unpack a whole universal journey of growth that I think will feel familiar to every single one of us. So let's dive in and find that story.
So what is this hidden story? Well, we're basically going to follow what's called a narrative arc. And don't worry, that's just a fancy term for the classic path every good story takes. You know, it's got a beginning, a middle, and an end. We're going to trace this one all the way from a tiny wish to a huge dream coming true. And seeing this timeless structure in just a few lines of a song, that's what makes this so fascinating.
All right, Act 1, the setup. You know how they say every great journey starts with a single step? Well, in our story, it starts with a single wish. We're beginning in a place that's just brimming with potential, all sparked by a simple, honest desire to learn and to grow.
Our story kicks off in the garden. Now, we're not talking about a literal garden with flowers and dirt, right? Think of it more as a metaphor. It's a space for new beginnings. It's a mind that's ready to be cultivated, a whole world of possibility where a little seed of an idea can finally be planted.
And here it is. This is the moment storytellers call the call to adventure. It's when our hero, our protagonist, steps up and asks for help. Oh, teach me. It sounds so simple, but it's this incredibly powerful plea that really gets the whole journey started. I mean, without that moment of vulnerability, that desire to learn, nothing else would happen.
Okay, so the wish has been made, the journey is on. But what is it that's going to fuel this journey? Where does that deep down motivation really come from? Well, this next part of the song gives us the answer. It's the emotional core that makes everything else possible.
This line is the heart of the whole story. My heart is pleased by mother's smile. Now, this is so much more than just a sweet thought. This is the anchor. It's that source of unconditional love and support that gives you the safety and encouragement you need to take risks, to face challenges. It is the emotional fuel for this entire quest. So, with that strong emotional foundation in place, it's time to build some inner strength. This next act is all about how that warmth, that love, gets translated directly into real, actionable courage.
And this is just brilliant. It's like a clear three-step guide to building self-belief. First, you aim high. You look up. To the sky I go. Then, you give yourself permission to imagine all the possibilities. The colors of dreams begin. And finally, you take all that hope and you turn it into pure resolve. Keep courage. It's just this beautiful, natural progression from dreaming to doing.
But here's the thing, right? Courage isn't something you just find all on your own. It gets so much stronger when we connect with the world and the people around us. And that brings us to the climax of our story, where that inner self-discovery meets the power of community.
This is that big aha moment. You are in a light. This is a huge statement of self-worth. It's that moment you finally realize that you have your own inner potential, your own light that shines brightly. This is the turning point, really, from being the student to becoming a source of strength yourself.
And that brings us to a really important idea in this song, its definition of magic. We're not talking about wands and spells here. The magic in this story is something real, something you can feel. It's the combined power of that inner light we just talked about and the collective love from everyone who supports us. It's the incredible synergy of self-belief and community coming together.
And so, we've arrived at the final act. The journey that started with just one little seed of curiosity back in that garden has now reached its beautiful conclusion. That initial wish, that desire to learn, has finally been fulfilled.
This slide just puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? It frames the entire journey perfectly. It all began with that humble plea, "Oh, teach me," and it ends with this triumphant declaration, "The dream came true." This is a perfect, bite-sized example of the hero's journey, that classic story of transformation, told in just a handful of words. It just beautifully shows that entire arc of growth, from wanting to know to finally becoming.
So, we've seen how even the simplest lyrics can hold this incredibly profound story of learning, love, and believing in yourself. And that really leaves us with one final thought to take with you. Whose smile, whose encouragement is the magic that helps your own dreams grow?